Hey everyone, so I decided to put a video together of how I eat healthy. So I'm basically going to make oatmeal with some fruit mixed in. It's a very simple dish. This is what I eat for breakfast pretty much every day. Sometimes I like to vary it up, like I use different kinds of fruits. I use honey, maple syrup, but today it's just gonna be oatmeal, water, and a pear. Alright, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is going to take my pear and I'm going to wash it and cut it so that we have small pieces to put into the oatmeal. So let me just do that. Gotta remember to take the sticker off. Usually I just slice it off like that. Okay, so I'm gonna take this directly into my frying pan. I'm just gonna start slicing it into thirds. You see how quick and easy it is? This works out pretty well. Pretty much just gonna remove my core for right now. I'm actually gonna use that fruit juice, so I'll just put it right here so I don't forget. And basically, I'm just gonna chop everything into small pieces so that they fit onto one spoonful. Alright, so that's pretty much as small as I want to get it. So now let me just wash this knife off a little bit. And let's get going with the oatmeal. So I'm going to take this and show you. I usually like to use the 5-minute oats. These are like regular, they're not the quick oats, they're just regular. You can go ahead and use quick oats. They're pretty much the same thing. So the good thing about oatmeal is, yes, it's a lot of carbs, but they are really good carbs because it's not, this oatmeal is not refined in any way. It's in a form that your body can process very easily. And the good thing about oatmeal is that it's pretty high in protein for something that's not meat or dairy, and it's pretty low in fat. It does have some fat, but honestly, there's a lot more fat in a lot of other things. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm already used to the amount of oatmeal that I eat, so I pretty much am just gonna pour the right amount for myself. All right. And the next thing I'm gonna do is pour myself some water. Now I probably want enough water to cover most of it. I would say that's probably enough. Now this recipe is pretty simple. It's just water and oatmeal and the pear. I'm not adding any salt, any butter, any sugar, or anything like that. Like I said before, if you want to add anything, maple syrup is pretty good and honey is pretty good. And you want to do honey and maple syrup instead of sugar because neither of them are refined. That's how they naturally grow in nature. That's how they're naturally found in nature. So you don't have to worry about like ODing on sugar or anything like that. And all you have to really do is add like a spoonful, and that's enough for an entire plate of oatmeal like I'm making here. Alright, so I'm actually going to take my spoon. I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to stir it just so all the oatmeal gets some water. And I'm gonna take my lighter and light up my stove because this stove is old as fuck. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to do this one hand, so give me a minute. There we go. Now I usually like to set the flame to like a medium flame. You can do it on a high flame, but with a medium flame, it cooks a little slower so that you can kind of, you don't have to worry about like trying to rush it. The water absorbs at a better rate and stuff like that. So, and also it gives the fruit a little more time to kind of like stew in the water so that the sweetness of the fruit can spread itself around the oatmeal. Now, basically, when you're making oatmeal with just water, it's not gonna have any flavor to it. The flavor comes pretty much straight from the fruit. So you pretty much wanna try to get like a spoonful of fruit with each spoonful. You wanna get fruit with each spoonful so that you can have some kind of flavor to this. And that's pretty much my strategy on that. So usually at this time, I usually make a juice at the same time. I've already got my juice ingredients laid out, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do this one thing at a time. So I'm pretty much just gonna keep recording so you can see. I mean, it takes like 5 minutes basically. What I'm doing is I'm just making sure that all the oatmeal is in water and not like on top of the pears and stuff, so that it cooks the best way possible. Actually, turn up the flame a little bit, since I usually don't really pay attention to this since I'm doing my juice at the same time. But since I'm watching it, I'm just gonna keep stirring it and have a little bit of a higher flame. Well, I mean, I guess there isn't much else to see, so I'm just gonna fast forward this a bit. Or maybe not. It's pretty much done already. I usually like to take it out once I see that the water's becoming a little like milky consistency. That's probably the best time, because you don't want your oatmeal to be, you don't want the oats to be too soggy, and you also don't want it to be dry on the outside. Like you want it to have some water so that you could kind of like eat it without choking it down, basically. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna just transfer this to a plate. I usually eat it from a plate instead of a bowl because plates are easier to clean. So again, as a breakfast item, this will keep you full definitely until you have to eat lunch. It's pretty much loaded with carbs. But like I said before, these are like natural carbs. These aren't like bread where it's refined, or like a muffin or something like that where carbs are refined and there's like sugar and shit mixed in. This gives you enough calories to survive until lunch. Like, that's kind of the thing people don't realize, is when you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to eat less, you want to eat smarter. You don't want to eat too much fat, too much sugar and stuff like that. You're eating pretty much carbs, and carbs, fruits and vegetables are full of carbs. That's how you get your calories. Fiber is considered a carb. So yeah, I'm just going to transfer this and so you can see what that looks like. And after that, I'll just enjoy my oatmeal. Hold on. there you go. I'm gonna just put this frying pan under water, and that's what my oatmeal looks like. So I'm just gonna give it a quick taste test. So that's pretty much as good as I usually get it. There's enough, the water became milky and the oats didn't become too soggy. So it's pretty much perfect. Thanks for watching. Bye.